In this video, we're going to be discussing 3 ways to become more charismatic. From a person that was never charismatic myself, I was always under the covers. I never used to really pop out. I never used to have conversations with people. I was fat and overweight. No confidence, no drive, no ambition, nothing like that. So if I can learn it, I promise you, you guys can too. Let's go into it. I'm going to break it down into 3 different things. So make sure you get a pen and paper. I've got mine. And let's go through it. The first key concept I want to cover is giver's energy. The second one is unshakable presence. And the third one is first mover's rule. Let's start with giver's energy. Giver's energy is the idea that you as an individual are very magnetic. But what makes people magnetic? Being able to be charismatic plays into the idea that you give to someone, right? So whenever they have a conversation with you, they need to feel like they're receiving something from you. So how do we get people to feel like that? Well, I've written down here, what makes people magnetic? Having pure intentions. And then it also ties into, how do you make someone feel good? So you make someone feel good by making them feel comfortable. So you give value. You give people that idea that they're receiving something from you, like I said a little while ago. I want you guys to learn how to be more authentic. Be yourself. It's okay to be yourself, you know? And whenever you have a conversation with someone, not only do you want to be yourself, but you also want to allow the other person to be themselves. So you listen. You respond in a way that they feel like you're engaging in the conversation. For example, if a woman tells you, I really enjoy petting dogs. So instead of saying, oh, that's really cool, you'd ask, so what dog is your favorite? And then if they say, oh, my favorite is a golden retriever, and you would say to them, oh, okay, you could now go around this 2 ways. It could be a case where you can now end the conversation and be like, oh, that's quite cool, again. Or you could say to her, so what makes you like golden retrievers? What is it? Did you experience something before? Did you feel like that golden retriever gives you some sort of good feeling? Like, what is it? Why are you attracted to golden retrievers as your favorite dog? And you straight away make a conversation. And not only do they feel like that person is engaging in the conversation, they feel like that person wants to get to know them more. The next thing I wrote down under the giver's energy is that everyone appreciates honesty. So if you now don't like golden retrievers, you can tell her, oh, I'm not really a fan of golden retrievers. Why do you like golden retrievers? Does that make sense? And you just need to bring light and energy. So me just having that conversation with that person will be like, oh my God, they're really interested in me. And one thing that we need to understand as humans is people love to talk about themselves. So you just hold frame and you just make that other person talk about themselves. Oh, I'm so ill. Sorry, boys. Anyway, the second one I want to talk about is unshakable presence. In order to be charismatic, you need to understand that you need to have unshakable presence. But what does unshakable presence mean? For me, in my scenario, unshakable presence is the ability to be able to walk into a room and be noticed. I'm in shape. Unshakable presence. I command a room. Unshakable presence. And on here, I wrote, you need to feel like no matter what happens, you will be okay. One thing that we need to learn as a collective is that we are naturally drawn to those who are their most authentic self. In this room right now, I've got trainers, action figures, and all this stuff. But that's because I'm my most authentic self when I'm in this space. And if I now show this to the world, there's going to be like-minded individuals that actually appreciate what I got going on for myself. And the fact that I'm not scared to talk about it shows that I'm an authentic individual. So it makes someone feel like, oh my God, this person is actually real. It doesn't feel like they've put a mask on. And in fact, I'm showing them who I actually am. And the last thing I want to talk about in the unshakable presence tree that we've got going on right now is that reputation is out of your control. If I now come online and I present myself in a certain way, and you guys find me, I don't know, entertaining, or if you find me annoying or whatever it is, that's totally out of my control. All I can do is the input. All I can do is give you guys what I actually am. Now, one person's going to see it as, oh, I really like this guy. Or one person's going to see it as, I don't really like this guy. But the most authentic person understands that reputation is out of their control. And all you can do is just be as honest as you physically can. And the last concept I want to talk about is first mover's rule. In fact, there's nothing on this page and I'm going to riff it straight off the jump. What is first mover's rule? First mover's rule is having the, again, ties into charisma, the ability to just do what you want to do. And I don't mean anything bad. I mean, if you now like a woman, instead of feeling like, oh, I want to go and approach her, but maybe I should wait for her, no. First mover's rule is just going at what you want. So if I find an attractive woman in front of me, the charismatic version of myself will go up to that woman and just absolute shell game. Be my most authentic self. Go and say who I am. Go and say hello. And understand that the world won't end. The world will not end if I go and present myself to this woman. The world will not end if I go and shake this millionaire's hand. The world will not end if I go and speak to whoever I want to speak. First movers rule is making sure that you do everything on your own terms. The first move. And in any realm of life, being able to do things first puts you in an authoritative frame. Being able to put yourself out there first. You're going to be part of the people that are actually authentic. Being able to do things first. Because the winner always comes first. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is how to become charismatic as a young individual who was never charismatic. And remember, if you like these videos, then drop me a follow and make sure you subscribe.